Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Wing Diamonds. I am here today with a WIP and Chat. WIP stands for Work in Progress, and Chat, well, I'm going to tell you about the week from hell I have had. But before we get started, I will go over my accessories. So we got our beautiful blue dragon pen with metal placers from Diamond Art Club in them. Both of these are the same, from the same pack. We have our DP with sparklers little cover minder. I have my JH Envision tray. I am using this little tiny storage system from Diamond Art Club. And in both sides, we have Randa's Crafty Corner coffee cake putty. And then we have Simply Gilded coffee washi tape. There we go. I can words today. So yeah, let's get started. I hope everybody had a fantastic week. As I just indicated, I definitely did not. This week is just like one of those weeks where if something bad was going to happen, it did. And yeah, I'm exhausted after this week, and I'm kind of over it, I'm not gonna lie. I'm way too far back to see how far. Seeing where I am in camera. Okay. Make sure you guys don't see my head or anything like that. Okay. So basically, as you guys know, I'm officially done with school. I got my grades back, which that was mostly good news. My lowest grade is a B, which I'm kind of disappointed in, but it is what it is. I still made Dean's List for the semester, so I'm still a nerd. It's okay, guys. But yeah, I got like all A's, and I think one B plus, and the rest were all up in the A's. Like I think I had one A minus and then A or two A's. So yeah, I did pretty good in school, which was good news at least. Oh, I didn't say what kid I'm working on. I'm working on Moms Are the Real Superheroes. There we go. Anyways. So yeah, I did pretty good in school. I can't really complain too much. I really wish that last grade was a little bit better, but teacher doesn't respond to emails even when inquiring about grades, so it's okay. So yeah, I'm done with this. Yep, so I've been done with the semester for a couple weeks now, and I've been enjoying it, and basically at this point I am looking for work. So guys, please send me like positive thoughts into the universe and stuff like that. Literally applied to 7 jobs today. And there's a couple in there that I would really love to get, so fingers crossed something comes out of those. One company was looking very promising because they seem like they're not looking for like people with experience, which is very different from every other company, because it's like, oh, well, make sure you have X amount of years of experience. But this company is like, they literally like right in the part where it's like require, or like we like to see you have, literally said do not fear. And so I was like, okay, well that's promising. So yeah, we'll see where that goes, but hopefully I can get a job relatively quickly, so that way I can, contribute a little bit better to our household, and maybe we could set up an allowance system for the kids, and just stuff. Yeah, just a lot of stuff I wish we could do, and just we can't right now. So yeah, school's out, got my grades. So last week I was dealing with a lot. I think last WIP and Chat I was literally saying like how Sydney's only teething symptoms have been like her not taking her naps. Well, I ate those words pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. We had 4 days where she was just the most miserable little baby ever. Like, even gave her ibuprofen and everything like that. She's got both of her top 2 teeth coming in. Like, at this point, they've fully broken through the gums, so yay. Got some relief. But yeah, just like as they were coming through the gums, like I think every like 4 hours or whatever the time frame is for baby ibuprofen, like we just re-upped her as soon as it was done. Like we're like, nope, we're gonna try to keep you as medicated as we can to help you through the pain. And oh my gosh, it was rough. So she was grumpy, which means I was grumpy. And like I think it was like that was the WIP and Chat where like Bev was talking about having a midlife crisis because like, she doesn't like, or she's like, what is success and stuff like that, and she's like seeing all these people with families and stuff like that, and so like I commented on her video hoping that would make her feel better. I'm like, yeah, I literally stood in the living room today with my daughter who was crying and I was crying because she was crying, and it was great. But so yeah, thankfully come on, did you really just stick right back down? Come on, plastic. So good news is we are past that hurdle now. She is doing much better. Both, like, I checked actually today, today being Tuesday, I checked and both teeth are broken through the gums now, so yay. Yeah, she's just doing better, thankfully. Because, like, as much as it sucked, like, having her be just grumpy, I hated seeing my baby in pain. Like, that was very difficult. So I'm really glad that we are now past that point and we're going to move on to the next one. But, yeah, as of right now, she's been doing better. She has learned how to climb the stairs now, too. So we actually had to put a baby gate up now. And it's like one of those like permanent set baby gates where it's got the door that opens and closes and stuff like that. So we basically, because the boys were here when we set it up, we're like, okay, so if Sydney's out about and like crawling around and stuff, make sure that this is closed, so that way she doesn't beeline it for the stairs. And actually the boys actually listened to me in that regards. Wait, where'd that just go? Where'd you just go? It's okay, I'll find it. Probably find it with my hand in a minute. Yeah, it was just funny because like that first morning and stuff, or it was like on Saturday, I think that was the day I let my fiance sleep in. I came downstairs with Sydney and I left the baby gate open and I set her down on the ground and Alex was like, don't forget to close the baby gate. So I was like, okay, well, at least you're hearing me and listening, so that's a good sign. So yeah. But yeah, that was just like basically most of my week last week. It was just the struggles of teething, and then I ended up having to scroll back through messages with my good friend Stealthy Crafter because I literally, anything that happened this week I literally texted her and I was like, okay, well guess what, now we're adding to the pile. So I literally scrolled back through our messages before filming this WIP and Chat because I couldn't remember everything that happened, and man, it was just a doozy. So yeah, Sydney teething was like the main drive of my mood this week, that's for sure. I was in a bad mood because she was in a bad mood. We weren't sleeping very much. There was one night where she like woke up multiple times, and like there's a couple nights this week where we actually had to give her a bottle. Like, she's off her midnight bottles and stuff like that, but there was a couple nights this week where like we're like, okay, we have to give her a bottle because she's just not settling. And like the other night she woke up at like, it's kind of stuck to me, she woke up at like, I think 2 was the first bout of it, and then she woke up again at 3, and then I was just like, and so I like poked my fiance. I'm like, can you please give her a bottle? Because I was getting up with her in the morning, so I didn't want to I wanted to try to get back to sleep. And so he was like, yeah, okay, and he got up and gave her a bottle, and that seemed to resettle her, thankfully. But it was pretty rough this week. But yeah, around that though, had a lot of other stuff happening. We had to have a conversation with Alex. There was a couple of times where the boys would be outside playing with the girls, and I would look outside. There we go. I would look outside, and Drake would be standing alone in the backyard, while the other three were up in the front yard. And I'm like, I looked at my fiance and I was like, oh man, I really hope this isn't like a case of they're making Drake be it so that they can ditch him. And so we were monitoring that. And then there was one moment of that where Drake was literally on the trampoline bawling his eyes out by himself, and the other three were up in the front yard. And so we got him inside and we're like, okay, what's going on and stuff like that, like let him calm down a bit. And then like my fiance sat there and like snuggled with him and stuff like that and got him to calm down. And it's like, okay, so what happened? Tell us what's going on. And then Drake was like saying how every time they play tag, he's always the one it. And I was like, okay, that's what I thought. And then he's like, yeah, and then when I get close to finding them, they all run away from me. And so it's like, okay, so yeah, Alex is using hide and seek as a guise of ditching his brother. And so there you are. It was under my tray. So yeah, we called, it was time for Alex to come in anyway, so we called him in and sat him down and we explained to him, like, you can't be doing this is not nice and stuff like that. And like, lately he's just been very mean to Drake, so we've been like, we explained to him, like, when you get older, your siblings are going to be the first ones you're going to be relying on for stuff. Like, it's just how it goes. Like, if I need anything, I can call my brother. I mean, I know I can call my mom too, but my brother is there for me. He's got my back. And that's just like one of those situations where it's like, okay, well, I look at my fiance and his brother, and like they have a very similar family situation. There we go. I'm sorry, I need my trash drills. Yeah, they have a similar family situation to us. So they have two boys. Like, it's my fiance's brother is older than him, and then it's him, and then his sister Casey. So we have a similar situation because we got Alex as the oldest, Drake is the middle, and then Sydney is the youngest. And like, yeah, just the boys are not nice to each other, and I can't fully blame Drake because he is responding to years of torment from Alex. Because it's like they go to play, like Alex begs him to play a game with him, and then he sets all these rules so that Drake can never win the game. And then changes the rules during, but the rules don't apply to Alex, they only apply to Drake, and it's just stuff like that. And it's like, okay, we've noted, like, it's been noticed, and Alex tried like pulling like, well, Drake's mean to me too, and it's like, well, yeah, but he's mean because he's responding to years of abuse from you. So yeah, we like, basically it was just like a full-on conversation, like, you need to be nicer to your brother, and you guys need to start treating each other better, and like, yeah, you just need to not, and you need to not be ditching him while you're playing outside. That's just not nice. And then, yeah, there was like also a situation where when the neighbor girl, or Alex said that when the neighbor girl said that they like it when Drake is it and stuff like that, and Drake took that as like, oh, you just like seeing me suffer and stuff like that. It was a whole thing. But yeah, we texted the neighbor and we're like, I texted our next door neighbor and I was like, okay, so this is what's going on. We already talked to Alex. And then she's like, oh my goodness. And then she's like, yeah, I'll talk to the girls about it too. So yeah, that conversation was had by all parties, and I mean, they didn't actually get a chance to play together again because, out of the league came. So yeah, that was a whole ordeal. Also on that same night, but this was earlier, oh my gosh, so we have two cats here. We have Shadow and Jonesy right now. And Jonesy is a jerk. Best way I can put it. I woke my daughter up. He is, I don't know, it's weird because, like, he doesn't do this for territorial reasons or anything like that, but if he finds something squishy on the ground, like if you leave a pile of clothes on the ground or something like that, or a blanket, he'll pee on it. It is very frustrating. Extremely frustrating. And it's not like a litter box issue. It's not a territorial issue. That he's done this basically since he was a kitten, and he was, even when he was alone in the house, he did it. So we don't know what the ordeal is, and we don't know how to, like, there's like no way to train him out of it right now because, you know, he's old. He's an old man. So we're like, okay. So basically we just try to avoid keeping squishy stuff on the ground for him to find and pee on. So I was working on getting Sydney in bed, and I was giving her her bottle, and then all of a sudden I hear this like sound of like water pouring, and I'm like, oh, son of a gun. And I look over, and he's like over in the corner here peeing on some of the books that we have for Sydney, and some like old papers and stuff like that. And so like I'm like sitting there yelling at him, and then all of a sudden my fiance, like, I hear him running up the stairs and stuff like that, so he moved quick to get up here, and then got Chase Jonesy out of here and stuff like that, and we went through all the papers and stuff. Thankfully there was like nothing important there, and there was a couple books that we ended up having to throw away, but none of them were like the books from Sydney's baby shower that have like signatures in them. Because, man, I would have been so upset if one of those books got peed on, because, like, those are special. Because, you know, like, my mom did that thing with the baby shower, like, bring a book instead of a card and sign the inside of it and stuff like that. So, thankfully, none of those got damaged in this ordeal. But, yeah, we ended up sorting through the pile and stuff like that and pulling things out. And, yeah, I was really angry at Jonesy. And then, like, yeah, right after that, that's when all the stuff happened with Alex and Drake, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is too much for one day. Like, and it was also a day where, I want to say it was Thursday, so yeah, it was a day where, like, I had just gotten done, yeah, it makes sense, because I filmed my WIP and Chat on Wednesday this week. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it was rough. And then on top of it, my WIP and Chat was ready to post on Wednesday last week, but we tried uploading it twice on Wednesday, and it just didn't upload, and then my fiance had to re-render it, and then finally got to post on Thursday. So I do apologize for it being late. I know he said he put a description in explaining that, but yeah, excuse me. I tried to have it up on time, but, you know, technology was against me. Well, no, just the world was against me on Thursday. I don't know what was going on Thursday. Thursday was a really bad day. But yeah, so we're like, okay, we need to have a good, like, we need something good to happen. And then, oh yeah, also on Thursday, I almost forgot about this one. So I know I mentioned before that Alex's birthday has just passed, and his mom was doing a birthday party for him over there, because, like, basically what we do is we give him a choice. Like, you can either have a birthday party with your friends, or you can have like more presents. And basically, like, in the last like 3 years, we would just throw the party together if that's what the boys wanted, but just every time it just became such a hassle on, like, our half of it, because, like, the boy's mom would be like, okay, well, I'll take care of this, this, and this, and you guys take care of this, and then she took care of nothing, and we took care of everything, and it just got really frustrating. And, like, we finally, like, said enough at Alex's birthday last year, because, like, she did this, like, rent a pavilion at the park ordeal, and let them go to, like, there's, like, a little tiny skate park over there and stuff like that. And so that was, like, we're like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. And then she's like, okay, can you get the pizza and the cake? And we're like, yeah, we'll take care of that, which is, like, most of the food. But she's like, oh, but I got, like, $100 in decorations. So it's like, oh my goodness, why did you get that much in decorations for an outdoor pavilion party? And so, yeah, we're like, okay, that's fine, we can do that. And then, like, as we were driving to the park, she's like, oh, by the way, can you stop and get drinks too? And it's like, wait, no, we just got everything else. We're not doing that. So after that whole frustration and everything like that, we're like, okay, well, we're done doing combined birthday parties with you, because no. Telling me it's my firefly trick, because I just went right over there. So yeah, we decided we were done doing combined birthday parties, and like we told her that with Drake's birthday last year, and then I think she only thought we meant 4 last year, and so she came to us being like, okay, well, what are we gonna do this year for their birthday? Or Alex wants to do a party, and we're like, we're not doing that together. And then of course she got upset because we're not bending to our will or something. I don't know. Exes are fun, guys, especially ex-wives. So yeah, and then anyways, the whole moral of that story. So yeah, she planned a birthday party for Alex, and it was supposed to be set for the weekend we had over this past weekend, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, wait, are you serious? Like, once again, like, we've had this problem in the past where she has been scheduling appointments and stuff for the boys during our week, so we would be forced to take them and stuff like that, and like not even tell us until like the day of the appointment, being like, oh, by the way, I can take them if you want. I was like, oh my god, no, stop, you're just taking away from our time. And then she complains when she gets them extra. It's like, you're the one who's you're doing this to yourself. So yeah, I officially have no more remorse, but that's fine. But yeah, so that didn't go in. There we go. Fix that. Okay, sorry. Was focusing for a second there. So yeah, Alex was we're talking to the boys. We're like, okay, well, we're thinking about doing like a movie night, which I'll get to that explanation in a minute. And so we're like, we can do it on Saturday. We can get like pizza for dinner, and we'll get soda like as like a little treat for the boys and stuff like that. Just kind of round out the weekend on a good day and on a good note. And then Alex was like, well, then that means the Saturday's gonna be very busy. And I'm like, what do you mean it's gonna be busy? We don't have anything planned. And he's like, well, my birthday party's on Saturday. And we're like, what? Excuse you? And so my fiance texted his ex-wife and was like, are you aware that you scheduled this on our week and stuff like that? And then she's like, oh, I'll reschedule it, which it would have ended up being rescheduled anyways because it was like pouring rain all day here Saturday. So you can't really have an outdoor party in the rain. So at least that was resolved without too much conflict. And then Friday, don't remember what happened on Friday. I know I felt like we dealt with some Switch drama and stuff like that. Oh yeah, Alex's punishment was for like being mean to his brother was that he had to help out with some chores and that he wasn't going to get his Switch for the weekend, or not Switch, but the dock for the weekend, because he can barely play a Switch without the dock, so it kind of goes hand in hand really well as a punishment. But he ended up getting his new game. So for his birthday, we were going through games and stuff like that to figure out, like, what do you want and stuff like that. And then there's this new game that just came out. It's Lego 2K Drive that he said he wanted. And it's, it's a Lego racing game. You can destroy stuff by driving through it. And, it's Legos and racing, so it's perfect. And so Alex said he really wanted that. And we're like, okay, but this isn't going to be out until after your birthday. So are you okay with that? And he's like, yeah, I'm okay with that. So we got him the game, and it showed up on Saturday. So he ended up getting his, we ended up negotiating for his dock. He had to do some extra chores around the house to earn use of the dock and stuff like that. So that worked out well, because I felt bad, like, man, brand new game, and he's sitting there trying to play it on this little screen with controllers that don't work, and it's like, okay, fine. We'll find a way to make this work. So yeah, I don't really remember what happened on Friday. Everything's just such a blur from last week. I feel like Friday was just another really bad teething day, and oh wait, Friday was the day that my friends called me while they were working. I'm gonna take a sip real quick, 1 second. Yeah, I'd been venting to my friends I've been venting to April, and then she's like, I'm gonna test something, and then she had like her earbuds in at work, and she like called me on Messenger. She's like, can you hear me? I'm like, yeah, I can hear you. And we're like, okay, good, now we can talk a little bit. I'm like, oh, perfect. And so I was just sitting there like diamond painting and talking to her, and then like my friend Angel also works there, so like they both were kind of just chatting with me and stuff like that while they were complaining about work and stuff like that. And there's one point where April was counting things. So I'm like, how mad would you be if I just started yelling out random numbers? And then she kind of like, because we had video chat up, and so she smirked. I'm like, yep, that answers that question. So yeah, I just kind of basically just chatted with them until like for probably a good hour or so while I was diamond painting, and it definitely made me feel better. I was definitely needed. Like, I miss my friends. Like, I haven't spent nearly enough time with them at all lately. Like, I haven't seen my friends in a bit. Not since Friendsgiving, maybe? Yikes. No, maybe not. Oh my god. Has it really been that long? Wow. I feel like a bad friend. Sorry, guys. I know at least one of you is watching or gonna watch this video eventually. Anyways. But yeah, me and her made plans for this coming Saturday. We're gonna hang out, and we're going to drink, and we're going to vent, and it's gonna be fantastic. That's basically what we do. So yeah. So Saturday, we did a movie night with the boys. Like I'd mentioned, like the first half of the day was just like basically all relaxation, and then when Sydney went to bed, that's when movie night started. So, oh, excuse me, drinking soda, so of course I'm going to be burping a bit. So, fun fact about me, and please don't come at me. I have only seen 5 on Saturday, but I have only seen 4 of the Marvel movies. That is, I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, I've seen Ant-Man, and I've seen Black Panther. But I never really had an interest in the Marvel movies. But last week, well, I think I listened to it last week, but I think it was like the week 2 video from Diamonds and Washi and like the Marvelous May event. Her and her husband talking about the Marvel movies and why certain ones were their favorites and stuff like that, and their least favorites. It had me intrigued. Like, I'm a strange person. Like, if somebody comes to me and is like, oh my god, you need to watch this movie, I don't want to watch it. Like, I don't like when people are like, oh my god, you have to watch this. And, like, it's like, okay, you just put too much pressure on me. I'm not going to watch it now. So that's kind of like how I felt about the Marvel movies. Like, and, I mean, it's kind of similar to, like, the Avatar movies, like the Blue People movies. I've never seen Avatar. I'm never going to see Avatar, and at this point it's a point of pride with me that I haven't seen it. But anyways, but you know, there was just one similar situation where it was like, oh my god, it's gonna be the best movie ever, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna go see it because you keep telling me I have to go see it, so I'm not gonna do it. So yeah, that's the way my brain works. It's weird, I know. I'm a bizarre one. So yeah, after listening to that WIP and Chat, can we call it WIP and Chat? I'm gonna call it WIP and Chat, Marvelous May video. I was like, okay, now I'm intrigued. I kind of want to see these movies. And so I told my fiance, I'm like, I think I'm ready to watch through the Marvel universe. And he's like, oh my god, yay. Like, he's so excited because he's been dying for me to watch these movies and stuff like that. And then really talking about it, and I was like, well, we can, because this was like before the weekend, of course. I was like, well, we can watch the first movie with the boys and do a movie night, because we haven't done that in a while. And he's like, oh, it's a great idea. And it's like, okay, first movie's Iron Man, which Alex has seen a couple of times, but, and Drake, he didn't remember if he saw it or not. I mean, some of those scenes I was like, oh man, should these kids be watching it? Like, some of it's pretty intense, and some of it's like adult, and but it was fine. The boys, like I said, boys have seen it already, so it's not like it was that big of a deal. So, yeah, so we started with the first Iron Man movie, and I know he keeps asking me, like, okay, when are we gonna watch the next one? Because he wants to have them all done before, like, or not before, but by October, because that's when the new season of Loki is dropping, and so he wants me to be caught up by then. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm sure I'll get there and work through it as quickly as I can. I'm just not gonna be watching like a Marvel movie a night right now, because that would just be way too much, and I'd burn out way too quick on it. Ironic, I'm talking about Marvel and doing a DC painting. But yeah, I started that journey, and so yeah, now I've seen the first Iron Man movie, and then we're probably gonna watch a second one here shortly. I don't know, like probably, I don't know, maybe Friday. I don't know. Depends on how tired we are by the end of the week, because it's just a lot happening right now. So, push this back up in frame because I'm sure I'm moving it out. My brain just went whoop. Okay, yeah, so we had a movie night with the boys, so we got pizza for dinner, and then Alex asked if we could do root beer floats, which I'm going to blame Butterfly Effect Wearers for that. Oh, it's partially my fault. I got the root beer float putty from them, and their snickerdoodle putty, and I had Alex smell the root beer float one, because he loves it. He just loves root beer. I was like, can you guess the flavor, or can you guess what scent this is? And then he's like, root beer? I'm like, yep. So I think after that he was like, oh, can we do root beer floats? And it's like, yeah. And well, at first my fiance was like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, and then I'm sitting there, I'm like, I wouldn't mind a root beer float. And he's like, okay, fine, I guess we'll do root beer floats. And then I looked at Alex, I'm like, don't say I don't do anything for you, kid. But yeah. So yeah, we had root beer floats, we had popcorn, it was fantastic. We all got to relax and watch the movie together, and the boys got to stay up a little late because we started the movie after Sydney was in bed, so that wasn't until like 6:30. And then the movie went until like just after the boys' bedtime, so we just basically did a quick bedtime and laid them down. So yeah, it was fun. It was a nice relaxing day. It was rainy here all day, like it was downpouring. So we just kind of like relaxed. The boys played video games. And by boys, I mean my fiance too. I diamond painted all day, and it felt good. It was amazing. And I did have a finish, but I can't talk about it. So I do have a finish already for May though. Yay! I'm close to a second finish too, because I'm sure you guys saw that I did the unboxing for Fairy Friend, but I'm actually working on that one too right now. I needed I'm calling it a palette cleanser, because this kit is a square, but it's at least a smaller kit. The other kit I was working on is also a square, and then Prima Donna is the third kit I've been working on, which is also a giant square painting. So I was like, oh my gosh, I need a round in my life, I need a small in my life before I get burnout. So yeah, I've basically been working on that one. It fits so perfectly on my little lap tray downstairs. I sat on the couch with it and just boop, 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 boop. And yeah, I'm almost done with that one. It's been a fun one to work on. It's my first Randall Spangler I'm actually doing. I do have a second Randall Spangler, but it's a Halloween one. It's the Bubble Bubble Chocolate Trouble one, which I do have an unboxing for, but it's not posted yet. It will be posted around Halloween. Okay, guess we're doing that. So yeah, it was just a really nice relaxing day, which was first day in the whole week it was relaxing, so I was like, oh, thank you, I needed that. And then Sunday happened. Sunday was an ordeal. I'm not going to go into complete full details about Sunday, but I will tell like basics. So on Sunday we were over at my fiance's parents' house for lunch, and then my fiance got a text from his ex-wife saying, because she's got basically with the divorce and everything like that, she was like, well, she's got plants around the house here that were her grandmother's, I think, from her grandmother's yard and stuff like that, and so she wanted to take them for sentimental reasons, which, okay, that's fine. But this has, like, been something that we've been trying to get her to do for 3 years, and now, like, she literally had to do it because, like, once it's done, it's done. Like, my fiance was really close to going out there, digging up the plants, setting them to the side, and letting her come and take whatever. But, because, you know, she just wasn't doing it. And so we got a text while we were eating, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna be heading over soon to the house to dig up plants. And it was one of those moments where it's like, wait a minute, did she even mention this to you earlier in the week? And he was like, no, she didn't. Like, this is legit, this is the first time I'm hearing of this. And I'm like, lovely. And then it was like one of those situations, because it's like, no, you're not going to be over at the house without us there. Like, no, this is our house. Our house, not yours. And so, like, my fiance texted back, and he's like, well, you need us, like, we're at my parents' right now, we'll be home we'll let you know when we're home, and then you can come over. And then, it's like, you know, and then she mentioned, like, she still had a key to the house and everything like that, and I'm like, oh, no, that's not okay. That is so not okay. So, like, we're sitting there talking and stuff like that, and, like, you know, I'm upset, of course, because, you know, the clear disrespect that we're constantly dealing with. And so my fiance's mom came into the room, and she's like, do you want me to go with you and, like, just be there and, like, supervise her and stuff like that? And my fiance's like, yeah, actually, that would be really helpful, because, like, whenever she gets him alone, she just, like, yells at him and stuff like that and treats him like garbage. And it's like, okay, well, I was not ready to be dealing with that today. And so she's like, okay, yeah, no problem. I'll come and I'll watch her while she does this. It's a good thing that she did, because otherwise we would have had a whole situation on our hands, because, like, apparently she came out of, like, the ex-wife came out of the car guns blazing, ready to go, ready to fight, and everything like that. And there was a couple times where she said, like, this is my house, and it's like, no, it's not. Stop. But anyways, I spent the day at my fiance's parents' house while they were there dealing with that. I stayed with the kids. We all stayed there. It was us, my fiance's father, and our, like, the family friend Sarah. Like, she was there too. So basically, Sarah was making sure I was okay, like, reminding me, like, it's gonna pass, it'll be fine, like, and it's like, yeah, I know. My main situation is, like, I wanted to be here with my fiance because I knew he was, like, a ball of anxiety, and, like, he needed me, and I wasn't, like, I was doing what I needed to be doing. I was taking care of the kids, but it was just one of those situations where it's like, man, I don't know, it was just a really rough day, and, like, I'm not gonna go full on detail with it, but, man, she came out guns blazing. And you know, it's bad when, like, 3 people go home and just drink giant glasses of wine. Yeah, my mother-in-law came back in the house after everything was said and done, and she just, like, went right to the fridge, pulled out some wine, and, like, poured a giant glass of it, and she was just, like, she was kind of, like, letting us know what was going on and stuff, like she was telling me, like, stuff that happened throughout the day, like, stuff that she said and everything like that. Yeah, it was a whole ordeal. But yeah, we worked it out so that, my father-in-law actually dropped the boys off to their mother that night, so that my poor fiance didn't have to be alone with her. And yeah, so that was the ending to our week, and oh my goodness, it was such a doozy, and I'm like, I was so done, I was so over it. Like, I think we had probably over half of, like, it was a smaller bottle, but it was, like, over half the bottle in there, and I just, like, dumped that into my glass, and I drank that, and I felt pretty good later on. But, you know, just, like, the rest, like, we ended up just laying on the couch together and watching TV all night. Like, that's just what we did, because it was a really rough night. And yeah, but it really pushed us to move a lot of things forward that needed to be worked on. That's for sure. And also forced us to change the locks on our house. That's another thing that happened today. But yeah, it's just, man. I'm really thankful that the boys didn't see that or hear anything. Oh, I mean, I don't know what happened after they got dropped off with their mom or what happened there, but I'm thankful they didn't at least see anything that was happening, because it's like they need to not be seeing that kind of stuff. And yeah, I don't know if she's gonna. I hope she's not like lashing out in front of them against us and stuff like that. But yeah, that was just a whole thing. I was definitely seeing red on Sunday, and I was just like, man. My fiance's like, yeah, it's probably a good thing you didn't come home, like you weren't home. And I was like, really, that bad? And he's like, yeah, you probably would have gotten in a fist fight. And I'm like, yeah, either that or I would have called the cops and had her escorted off our lawn. Either or. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna move forward. House refinance is being worked on right now, thankfully, and once her name's out of the house, she's definitely got no claim here, and in a couple of years anyways, we're going to be looking for a bigger house, because this house is way too small for 3 children. Plus I have plans. I want to, because one of the boys, because the boys are clearly going to want their own rooms eventually, and so I want to, paint their rooms in fun ways, because, right now Sydney's got, a Sailor Moon themed room. I would love to do something similar with the boys. Drake loves Minecraft. I would love to do, a Minecraft, mural on his wall or something like that, just fun stuff. That'd be so much fun to do, but I can't do that right now because, A, both boys are sharing a room and they don't agree on stuff. And B, well, if we're going to sell the house shortly anyways, no point in painting it. The only reason we painted Sydney's room when we did was because her room was, this horrible blue color, and I'm like, no. We painted it purple. It looks pretty now. Okay, let's see where we at time-wise. Oh, 42 minutes, man. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I have the most uncomfortable chair upstairs right now just because we kind of threw this together really quick. And so I have one of those metal folding chairs I'm sitting on. So yeah, that was my Sunday. And then where are we at? Monday? Yeah, so Monday, my fiance was not feeling well after Sunday, so he ended up taking the day off from work. And we kind of just relaxed together. He made some phone calls that were needed to be made. Posted one of my videos because he's my editor. And he's fantastic. He's like, oh, you want a video to go up today? I'm like, yeah, if you don't mind, if you have time, if you're not too stressed, yeah, that'd be nice. And he's like, yeah, I can do that. And especially since I have a bunch of unboxings already filmed and ready to go. I wonder if I still have any post reviews. I don't know. I have to. Oh yeah, I do. I still have my Craftably Watcher post review to put up. But I wanted to put up the unboxing because I'm working on the painting right now. But maybe the next one I will have up after the WIP and Chat will be the Watcher post review. My pretty little fox from Craftably. My very first Craftably I've ever done. And I absolutely love it. And I have a Craftably painting coming now. Oh yeah, that's my real excitement this week. Monday, I got the amazing email that we all wait for. My Jaded Gem Shop paintings shipped. They are on their way to me, although they got delayed for some reason in California, and I'm like, what the heck? Why are you delaying my paintings? Because it was all set where on Friday I was supposed to get the Craftably painting I ordered as well as my 2 Jaded Gem Shops. And that's the last of my paintings I have ordered currently. I do have one more purchase that I will be doing for now. Unless I miraculously get one of these jobs tomorrow. Oh, no. Fingers crossed, right? I can hope. But yeah, I have one more that I will be purchasing. There's Diamond Help Desk, Sophie. She is hosting Sailor Summer, and I love everything Sailor Moon. So I will be getting a painting from a company. I'm not sure if I can talk about it. I know it's talked about on Sophie's Live, but I don't want to talk about it without Jay's permission, or without the company's permission. God damn it. Well, either way, yeah. basically, I saw some insight into some paintings that are dropping on Thursday, and I'm very excited for it. That's basically where I'll stop that. But yeah, so yeah, I'm really excited about that. So that'll be my last purchase unless I get a job, which would be amazing. Because honestly, I'm like, I need a miracle this week because, man, Butterfly Effect wears colorway this week. I am in love. And I was tortured last week because I wanted one of the Starlight pens that they did, and now this week these beautiful tropical, like, these oranges and stuff like that. I don't have a pen in that color yet. So I'm like, oh man, I want that so bad. I like calling it like Tropical Sunset or something like that. Oh man, I'm being tortured. This is legit torture, not being able to purchase. I hate being in this position, so hopefully something good happens. Hopefully we get some good news here. Because honestly, I could really use it after the week I've had. Now it's funny too, because like applying to these jobs and stuff like that, and like my fiance, like, it's like, oh yeah, here's the like amount that they're offering and stuff like that, and I'm just like, man, am I really qualified to make that much money? Like, I don't feel like I am. Like, granted, yeah, I'm gonna have a bachelor's at the end of the fall semester and everything like that, but am I really that qualified? I don't know. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully a company does take a risk on, well, it's not taking a risk, but hopefully a company gives me a chance is the big deal. Yeah. And then I was like thinking about it. Actually, I got the idea last night when I was watching Laura over Anxiety Art Adventures. I was watching her live yesterday, and like she was talking about her website, getting her website up and running, like, and getting WeWax out there again. And she was like talking about all the stuff that she still has to do, and I was like thinking, if you need a writer at all, I am available. And then I was like thinking, like, I wonder like if there's other shop owners out in the community there that would be interested in that. Like, I need to build a portfolio, and the best way to do it, I mean, is just doing stuff, but I don't know, something. If you follow me and you are a shop owner, and I don't know, let me know, like, are you interested in that kind of idea? I'm just curious. Yeah, starting a new career is hard, guys. It's really hard, and it's scary. I still need to submit stuff for publishing. Like, that was my plan for Sunday. Like, I was gonna come back from my fiance's parents' house, and we were gonna relax, lay the baby down for a nap, and then I was gonna submit some stuff to be published, and then yeah, I ended up not being able to go back into my house until like 7 o'clock at night. But yeah, so that didn't happen. And it's like, it's one of those things where I'm kind of scared to, like, I know I'm going to be met with a lot of rejection at first, just for the simple fact that these publications get thousands upon thousands of written work all the time, and they can't publish them all, so you're gonna get rejected, and I understand that. But it's still scary because it is my work. It's like, it's my, like, writing stuff like poems and short stories, you're kind of leaving a piece of yourself in it, especially a lot of the stuff I wrote over this past semester, because I was doing a nonfiction class, so I had to write about myself. And it's just like, you dig down to feelings that are just, sometimes are difficult to carry across to people and stuff like that. So I don't know, just like, I feel like in doing this, I am relinquishing a piece of myself to be out there for the world to see. And that is kind of scary. But at the same time, it's kind of exhilarating. I know, it's a weird combination. But I need to get out there. I need to work on getting myself published and just seeing what I can do with it. And I need to write more because I haven't written anything since my assignments. I actually haven't read anything since my assignments, since school ended either, and I said I was going to get reading. So I need to do that. I need to finish Stephen King's fairy tale and get it back to my mother-in-law. She lent it to me over winter break from school, and she's like, you'll have time to read this. And then I started reading it like the last week of break because I was just so tired from the semester, and winter break was only like a month, or a month or so, 3 weeks a month anyway, so I was like exhausted. So yeah, I didn't actually read a lot of it. Well, I read half of it. But yeah, I gotta get back to reading. I need to get back to writing. My biggest struggle right now is trying to figure out a way to write without having assignments, and I think I'm just gonna have to work from writing prompts and working from there. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just things I've been thinking about this week and ways I can try to make myself more appealing to be hired and stuff, because, everybody wants experience, and I do have experience, but it's like school experience, it's not workplace experience, so I feel like that's just gonna keep throwing hiccups my way. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully some good so far, school's been good, so hopefully the rest will follow. Yep. Okay. I feel like I talked for a bit there. Oops, slid that away, sorry. Looks really good through the camera. 51 minutes. 52 minutes. Oh, okay, so what do I have on the works for this week? Yeah, like I said, I have the Watcher post review ready to go. Did I unbox? Let's see, I posted Primary Connection unboxing, which is the first painting I'll be doing in June for Pride. Yeah, so coming up on this month, I have doing, like I said, Primary Connection for the Pride, probably like the Diamonds and Diversity Pride event that's happening. Was it like, from, oh my god, Painting with Pities and Lexi Sparklecraft, I believe, is the two hosts on it. So yeah, I'll be doing Primary Connection for that one. I will be doing Luna from Curtis Reykjavik and from Dreamer Designs for Punks and Crafts. Punks and Crafts, I think, was like the first event I ever took place in when I first started joining the community and stuff like that, so that'll be a nice little turnaround on it. So yeah, I'll be working on Luna for that one, and then my end of the month painting will be Starry Night for Summer with the Masters. And then, of course, like I said, I have the Jada Gem Shop painting, or 2 Jada Gem Shop paintings on the way. Hopefully they'll be here this weekend. Looks like they're supposed to be here Saturday, so I will probably be doing unboxing of those and kitting one up to work on too, just because I know I won't be able to resist. And then I know Claws and Paws is coming up too. I might do the kitty I don't know. The kitty one I ordered from Craftably. A little alchemy cat. I can't remember the name of the painting. I think it's like Witchy Cat or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to at least unbox the Jada Gem Shop one because I've been dying to get my hands on those. And I've been dying to see them because I see everybody else unboxing them. I love seeing the quality, and I can't wait to work on a Jada Gem Shop painting. Just can't wait. And so when I saw it was delayed today, I was like, come on, no. Everything was set to arrive on Friday. It was going to be perfect. I was ready to go. No. There goes my bad thing for the week. So yeah. I have have basically things set up and ready to go. Primary Connections actually already kitted up and ready to go for June 1st. Hopefully I can finish Prima Donna in that time. I still have like, I say maybe a quarter of it left. I'm like working, now that I am focusing mostly, well, not mostly on it because I'm doing the little dragling. Once the dragling is done, I will be focusing more heavily on that one, and I should be able to get it done before the end of, or by the end of the month. Hopefully. Hey, why you fall off like that? Rude. Come here. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get that done by the end of the month. And then I'm actually looking forward to moving on from that one. Like, I love Mandy Manzano paintings. I love the painting I'm working on, but I don't know, I'm just struggling with the kit since it's an older Diamond Art Club kit. It's just giving me some problems and stuff like that. I like the enhancements I'm making on it though. They look pretty cool. So yeah, I think, so basically I think this week is just going to be mostly focusing on finishing Prima Donna, finishing A Fairy Friend, which once I do finish that, I will be filming the post review, but that probably won't go up this week. I feel like the things you'll most likely see is you'll probably see the Watcher post review. I might actually push that up on Friday. And then over the weekend, you can expect a Jaded Gem Shop kit unboxing. Yeah. I think that's what the rest of the week is going to look like. And yeah, looking forward to it. Okay, well, got pretty far through these blues, just a little bit more to go. Yes, getting there. These two sections are getting, well, and then I'm gonna get tired of the orange over here, but you know how it goes. Okay, so yeah, that'll be it for this video. I'll stop rambling now. If you guys like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you've made it this far into the video, let's do an emoji. What should we do? Let's do an emoji of like movies, like popcorn, movie reel, the camera. You know, I know there's a few of them in there. So let's throw one of those emojis in. And if you made it this far and you're not already subscribed, why not hit that little subscribe button down there? If you've made it this far, I mean, clearly you enjoy diamond painting content and you like my random stories and stuff like that. So, oh, phone. Of course, you're gonna sit there and be like, turn on extreme battery saver. No. Oh, that drained fast. Anyways, I digress. So yeah, if you like it here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and then hit the little bell to be notified whenever I post videos. Generally, WIP and chats like this you'll see on Wednesdays. But other things like post reviews, small shop hauls, unboxings, what have you. Couldn't think of the word. They'll be posted at random, so you definitely want to hit that bell to be notified. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one.